It's totally changed though. When I played bad, Twitter was probably just starting.
Yeah.
Instagram really wasn't a thing. In college, I had it in the NBA where it was different. But if I played like shit, I heard about it from Coach Painter. I thought about it myself. But other than that, no one was direct messaging me stuff, like and look at what Trayce Jackson-Davis got. Now we got some interesting mail as well.
Did you? You got mail?
Yeah, there'd be mail sent to Mackey Arena. I got a letter from a guy that was like, it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. It was front and back. It was like a psychopath type thing with these weird pictures sent in there, and like it was bizarre.
Were they were they big fans, or were they killing you?
No, like it was like a serial killer type thing. Like it was honestly, we should have probably, I still have my mom actually found it in my bedroom because I kept it because it was so fascinating. But it was, I mean, that was bizarre. That was a different type of letter. Trayce Jackson-Davis got this letter that's just blasting the
imagine
team.
you today, Rob, with all your injuries. Now, again, most people felt bad for you. Most people,
yeah, that's true.
felt for you. But there were some, there would have been some fans that would have been like, like killing you for not staying healthy.
Yeah, totally. And
you had people making fun of you at arenas.
Yeah, no. And you know what? That's kind of part of playing at some of these places, and they give you a hard time. And I mean, that's also what makes them tough places to play. I wouldn't, that didn't really affect me. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But as for like Patrick McCaffrey, I just feel like he's been through so much already.
Yeah.
So he's a really good kid. He's a good player. I know he loves to play. And I'm sure that was not easy to do. So I just can't wait to see him back. I really enjoy watching him.
And you know what? If he doesn't come back this year,
yeah, that's fine. Like he just needs to feel better,
get healthy.
But the stuff with social media has totally changed. And think about this: like I got a message, and I'm an announcer. I don't even play. After Purdue lost to Rutgers the other night, I got this direct message on Instagram from a Purdue student telling me to kill myself, and then saying like all these derogatory terms. And again, I'm 33 years old. I can deal with this. But still, and then at the end he goes, but then he goes at the end, every time you commentate, Purdue plays so bad and we lose. But it's like, do I have any outcome? Think about the players. They actually do have an outcome on the game, like. So when you see someone tell an announcer to kill himself over a game, think about what the players are getting. And then on top of that, they're 18 to 22. It's different.
Yeah, the letter to Trayce, it wasn't like at the level you're talking about, but it was just uncalled for. It was uncalled for.
It's just get a life is what it is. These kids are trying as hard as they can. Get a life.
And now the problem is, people think because Trayce is making some money that he's a professional.
Right.
And he's not a pro yet. Obviously, yes, there's some select players that are making, significant money. Trayce is one of them. But, he's still a college kid, and he's a good kid. And yeah, you don't think they're playing as hard as they should. That's fine. I mean, I still get pissed off at the fans when I'm sitting in the arenas and I'm at a game, especially if I'm at a game like as a fan, like with Talia or something like that in the stands amongst the fans. It's really hard for me not to go back at some of these fans when they yell some of these, derogatory things.
It's gotten so out of control. Sports make people do such stupid things, but it's also why we have a job, like because people are passionate and they consume content on it and they love to watch the games, which is great. It does get too far though, where you're writing Trayce Jackson-Davis a letter about how a bunch of walk-ons play harder than them. And, you're direct messaging guys after a game where they go 2 for 12. Do you think they wanted to go 2 for 12? You think they wanted to miss those shots? Like, come on. Especially when you see some of these people then like go and play and they're terrible. Like that's what's even crazier, like it's just pathetic.
Yeah, it's hard to watch him. I think more so than ever, two things. One, obviously coming out of the pandemic, it's different for kids in college right now too. You have social media, like you said. you're coming out of the pandemic where the social interaction wasn't quite the same for the better part of 2 years, right? And you know, to me, again, you've got NIL. There's just so much that's changed, and I don't think it's for the better. I don't think it's for the better. I just, social media to me, is kind of a curse in a lot of ways, because these people hide behind.
Yeah, I mean, these people would never say this stuff to Trayce Jackson-Davis if they walked by him on the street.
Right.
He's 6'11". He kicked the shit out of you.
That's
like,
pretty much it. That's
same with any other player in the Big Ten. Like, you want to talk shit to them, they just, you know, like, bring it. But behind a Twitter account with the picture of, you know, just the logo, they didn't even put a face to it or a name. It's really pathetic.